evening. So I'm back with another good topic, but it's a tragic topic to this. The reason why it says another good topic, another heat and another banger, is because how the way I'm going to break it down to have you thinking and to have you wondering what we must do as we are degressing and going backwards instead of going forward, right? And like I said, even though this is not a part of our civilization, able descendants, but we are all affected by this, and we should use this topic and use this individual as an example of not doing the things that we're supposed to do upon our life. And these things is using drugs and alcohol, any of these things which can plague your mind, body, and soul, and can take you to a place that you don't want to be. And the place that you don't want to be is in jail, or organ donor, or death. Any of these things is terrible for any of us that have conscious knowledge, wisdom, or understanding. This is why it's really, really important to make the right decisions in our life. And this is given towards the children and towards our future and the youth. So I'm going to break this content down, and I want to send my condolences out to the victim's family. And by no means we are using this as being disrespectful, but we are using this as an example to uplift and bring awareness, right, of the importance of not using drugs and alcohol and where it can lead you at the end of the day, the beginning of the day, in the middle of the day. This is an actually true fact. So, you see my title. A young son, not even young, a son beat his mother with a skateboard. And he kept beating her, cracking her ribs and everything else, and cracking her skull with a skateboard. In my thumbnail, you can see, right, a guy doing a skateboard. Then you see a guy with a pipe. Then you see individuals in the corner somewhere, and you see crystal meth. Then at the bottom, you see sort of the same thing. Now, I'm going to get into the story, right? So then I can elaborate on the story, and I want to give you my honest opinion on where of this world is going. Because these sick, barbaric, devil, demon, mindset crimes that's happening in our society, that's happening in New York, they are being amplified by social media and everything else. And the reason why it's being amplified, so that this presence of this sick, barbaric, devil, demon will get people to fear. Once you fear this thing and fear this mentality, right, you are aware on what it's planning to do upon all of us as a human being. So, let's get into this and let's see, right? So I'm going to play a video and I'm going to read a little bit on what happened, right? And like I said, I send my condolences out to the family, all right? And my love. So, a man who beat his mother to death with an electrical skateboard breaking her spine along with multiple ribs. Inside her Manhattan apartment was found by the older brother in the victim's bed with a meth pipe shortly after carrying out the gruesome attack. Officer said. Prosecutors unrevealed a disturbing new detail in the murder of 76-year-old Zuma Han at her son Rehan arraignment in Manhattan Criminal Court on Wednesday, where the judge ordered the defendant to be held without bail for the December 19th slaying. So now I'm going to get into the video. Now this video may be a little disturbing. It's because they're not going to show the gruesome act, but we're going to hear from the reporters and everybody else about what happened. And then I'm going to break it down from a spiritual point of view, which is really, really important. No, I am a Sunni Muslim. I follow the Quran and I follow the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And to add on to it, I am a Hebrew. I'm Hebrew. My lineage, my bloodline on my father's side are Hebrew, and I come from a long history of what? Of those that was reading the Torah, right, in the Jewish way of life. Yes. So I need to get into this content. So we're going to show a video. This is sad. This is sad that, you got to do stories like this. But these stories is a lesson. It's to teach each and everybody to stop using drugs. How can you beat your mother to death with electrical skateboard and then smoke meth or crack or anything of a drug? She must have had told you, listen, I'm tired of you smoking in my house. I'm tired of using drugs. You need to take it outside. You need to go in the rehab. And that's when he went off in the sick, barbaric devil demon that no one can see what the eyes got in his mind, body, and soul. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Kill her, beat her, beat her. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Yes, that's exactly what happened. You and I wasn't there, but it went somewhere like that. It went somewhere like that. Because he kept beating her and beating her and beating her and beating her and beating her with the skateboard. Now, this individual, I don't know if he was homeless or not, wherever he was at, they allowed him to come into the home. Maybe the brother like, listen, yo, mama's getting sick. She's getting up in age. She needs you to stay in the house. All you got to do is run errands for mom. I don't want to place her in a nursing home. She just needs to get around. You run a couple of errands. He like, okay, to get out, whatever his situation is. Come in the house, smoking and drinking, using drugs, or around her. She knows that something's different about her home. She said, listen, son, I don't want you smoking and drinking in my home. She probably told him several times. But this time, it went too far. It disrupted his high. It disrupted him having a communication with this entity, sick, barbaric devil demon. In that split second, he acted on his will to kill his mother, murder, death, kill his mother. And then after that, smoking meth and the crack pipe. This is sad.
So what are the penalties for not filing your taxes? Here's again, there are two different penalties for behavior.
Has been arrested, accused of beating his mother to death. This happened on the Lower East Side. U.S. Marshals arrested Wei Ho near Albany, New York yesterday. The NYPD got help from U.S. Marshals after investigators determined that Ho left New York City and was hiding in the Albany area. He was taken into custody after barricading himself inside a motel room and threatening self-harm. His mother, 76-year-old Zhou Ho, was found dead in the Knickerbocker Village complex 1 week ago. Investigators have not released a motive in this crime.
This is the sad part. This is the sad part that we all must be faced with. It's not that he have a soul, because he do have a soul, right? And we have to understand the difference between soul and spirit. Yo, you got guys out here that don't even have their mother at all. Their mother is no longer here. They in the afterlife, wishing and praying that they can have a dance with their mother again, that they can eat with their mother again. They have dreams about them playing with their mother. I have a poll there, right? I hope and pray that you could participate in your poll. Do you love the woman, your mother, that gave birth to you? Press yes if you do. If you don't, press no. And if you press no, why is it? Get in my comment, and why is it that you don't love your mother that gave you birth, that brought you into this world? Get in my comments and fulfill that poll. You see the poll? Fulfill the poll. So I will appreciate knowing that you are active on this live screen and on the dopest channel that's out on YouTube. Facts. Now back to what I was saying. You have a lot of guys and women that don't have their mother no more. They will never hear their mother's voice no more. And you beat and murder your mother. Ron Ho, whoever your name is. Disrespectful. I hope and pray that justice be fulfilled in the land. And it start with you. Woe. For killing your mother because you wanted to smoke crystal meth and you wanted to get high, and she probably was tired of you smoking and drinking and violating her home. And that just happened. It kept happening. She kept telling you, you got tired. So you silenced her and murdered her. And then you know that you was wrong. Then you went upstate and fled. And barricade yourself, talk about I'm going to do harm to yourself. You's a coward and you a sucker. You's a coward and you's a sucker. And this behavior is allowed all over inside our communities, in society. And I'll blame society for what? For allowing these drugs and all of these other things to enter into our community and control, right? And take countless of people down a dark path, using these drugs and becoming junkies and becoming zombies and becoming in a sunken place. To all the children all around the world, this is the example when you use drugs and when you don't listen to your parents. This is what drugs do to you. It make you make decisions like this where you can't even make a decision. After you come down from being high and everything else, now you are in a jail cell or you are dead and gone and don't even know why, what happened. This is this is the example that we have to look at to the children and to everybody that's using drugs that can't withstand in the right state of mind of facing their problems and traumas and depression. So they run to drugs and everything else. And in the same token, they lose their self, they lose their mind, they lose their soul, and they lose their spirit to the sick, barbaric, devil, demon mindset. And who's leading the force? Is this entity working into the shadows to get you to shoot and kill and rob and steal from people and murder and killing two birds with one stone That's exactly what happened in this case. So, to all of those family members that's out there, all your mothers, all the grandmothers, before you allow your family member to enter your home, make sure that they are not using drugs. Make sure they are not using drugs. That's first and foremost. And if they are using drugs in your home, 9 times out of 10, they are already possessed with this sick, barbaric, devil, demon mindset. Be careful of approaching them. I urge you, call a family member or call authorities, because this may be your last time alive on this earth because of your family member using drugs and they getting out of hand and they ready to kill and murder you. Let this be a warning. But first and foremost, before you do that, call somebody to have them come and get them out the house so they can deal with their traumas and depression, and trying to put them in an inpatient program. Call your son, your daughter, or your grandchildren to handle the business before you call the cops and everything else. Because they're not in the right state of their mind. To all the children, let this be an example that using drugs, this way you will land up for the rest of your life in jail or organ donor or dead or gone or in a wheelchair or on a stretcher or brain dead for the rest of your life. Yes. And mental health matters. Mental health matters, okay? It matters. This is the year of the fist. This is the year of the fist. I want to thank you so much for allowing me to express my thoughts and my understanding coming from a spiritual sense, a spiritual world on this topic. Please like, share, subscribe to the dopest channel that's out on YouTube, that's bridging the gap and that's bringing knowledge, wisdom, understanding so that we could become better people in a better civilization. Able descendants. Peace and blessings be upon Abel. Yes. So you guys have an amazing evening. Peace. Peace.